Welcome to Kenya. People travel to Kenya for a million different reasons, like its world-famous national parks, rich cultural traditions, and its postcard-perfect savanna. For me, I wanted to step into a new world and learn about it by walking in someone else's shoes. I traveled to Kenya to volunteer alongside a community and be part of creating real change in the heart of the Masai Mara. When I arrived, I was struck by the beauty of everything, the trees blowing in the wind and the beautiful blue skies and just like rolling hills and mountains in the background forever. They're just beautiful sights everywhere. I kept having to pinch myself because I couldn't believe I was in Africa. But I was, and my adventure was just beginning. Along with my Masai warrior guide, Clinton, I drove down the dusty road to a nearby community. Jambo! To meet with Mama Ellis and Mama Jane, women whose reputation for strength and determination preceded them. Jambo.
Jambo.
Michelle.
I'm Mama Jane.
Mama Jane. Michelle.
Mama Ellis.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. They welcomed me to their homes where they proudly pointed out their land, their animals, and the beautiful gardens they tended. So we went into her home and there was this little kitten sitting there like this big. What's her name?
I didn't name it the cats here, but
Yeah.
I want you to name it.
I will name her Michelle. So that you don't forget about me.
Yes.
You can remember me. She told me that she was going to tell her daughters and the rest of her family that this kitten's name was now Michelle and that I would always be in the household forever. So that was a fun moment. After she finished showing me all around her house, she said, if you really want to have a day in my life, it's time to do a water walk. Water doesn't magically flow into homes here in the Masai Mara. Women and children are expected to collect water from the river every day. Some walk as far as 1 kilometer each way, 5 times a day, lugging 50 pounds of water on each trip. She had a bunch of these big cans that hold the water, and she said that I could take 25 pounds or 50.
Now keep in your mind that we are going to walk for 1 kilometer.
Well, I want to take a challenge, but I don't want to let her down. I wasn't about to say 25 because I know how hard these women work. So I said, okay, let's do 50. And she said, we'll take 50 and we will all be here to help you if you're struggling with it. We walked down to the river, which was beautiful. It runs right through the valley. And when we walked up there were some other children down there who were washing their clothes. And the first thing that I noticed is that this water is not clean. It's very, very dirty water. We walked out into the river, trying not to fall into the water. And then when I went to pull it out, that's when I knew that it was going to be a struggle. It was so, so heavy. I go this way? I can take it. Oh my gosh. So they helped me to get it out of the water. And then I said, okay, no more helping. We'll put it on my head. Like this?
Not on your face.
Okay.
Lean a little bit forward.
Okay.
Ready to rock.
All right, ready to rock and roll. And I started walking, and the first 10 steps, I was like, wow, this is gonna be hard. How am I doing?
You're doing perfect.
Okay.
You don't even need your team now.
So if I get tired, I'm not gonna let her help me out. She does this 5 times a day, every day. So I can do it once, helping her out. I started talking to Mama Jane for a while we were walking, asking a few questions. She's just telling me that it doesn't even faze her anymore. They don't use their hands, holding on to the string behind their head, and I could barely let go. I let go for a second and I had to grab it again. About halfway, I realized that I should take a break. You have 50 pounds and 25 pounds and no hands.
And sometimes you are pregnant.
And you're pregnant. Oh my God. These women are so strong and so powerful. It just totally put it into perspective for me. You're my hero, Mama Jane. Woo! Okay, how do I get it off? Oh, thank you. Oh, you're so strong. Thank you. It's so difficult. You're so strong. While I was doing the water walk, I just couldn't help but think that if these women had this water source in their homes or right in their front yards, and they didn't have to do this water walk 5 times a day, they could do so much. They could go to school, they could have another job to provide any alternative income, and even just spend more time together with the family. It's all they want. Today I was lucky enough to visit Kisaruni, which is the all-girls school here that Free the Children has built. Right away I met up with Joylyn, who is Mama Jane's daughter, and she's actually a student at Kisaruni High School.
And then you write here when you achieve that goal, you can change your community or what by what year.
And we started doing arts and crafts, and we created this sort of like a dream catcher that's built with these shapes that we could choose on our own. And we wrote what our goals were and what inspired us to do those goals. What are you going to write for what you want to change in your community?
I want to change my community by encouraging girls to work hard in their studies so that they can achieve their dreams. I want to build one of the schools so that they can go to work hard there and study so that they can achieve their dreams.
Achieving dreams may not be a possibility for the 57 million children around the world who are not in school. 31 million of them, girls. But for Joylyn and her classmates, education is their ticket to empowerment. Joylyn was telling me they get up at 4:45 in the morning. And I literally grabbed her and I said, repeat that? You get up at 4:45 in the morning? For what? And after she told me that they actually shave their heads so that they don't have to take any time to do their hair, they don't want to waste time, they'd rather be in class. They have 15 minutes and they're in class by 5 o'clock in the morning, they're learning. And the headmaster said that these girls create their own schedule.
We have maths, business, Kiswahili, geography, life skill, theory and physics.
Which one's your favorite?
My favorite is Kiswahili and business. My dream is to become a businesswoman.
Oh, so you love learning about it.
Yes, I think yeah.
They had planned out their schedule until it was dark. They still wanted to be in class. If they had it their way, they would have been in class until 8, 9 o'clock at night and gone straight to bed and done it the next day. This school is fully dedicated to these girls getting an education and becoming strong, successful, educated women. When I came to Kenya, I expected to meet a lot of students that were now enrolled in the Free the Children schools, and I wanted to meet people who were impacted by the change that I was coming here to make, because if I'm coming here to build a school, it means so much to me and all the other trip participants to see where our work is going and the impacts that it has. But I didn't expect to meet someone that I would connect with, just like I did with Joylyn. I don't know, I was saying bye to her and she started crying and she said, don't forget about your family here in Kenya. Are you crying too? You're not allowed. You can't make me cry. You're not allowed to do that. Stop it. I told her to write me a note, and on the back she wrote, I love you, my sister, from Canada, which was really nice.
There's a huge group of hippos literally right over this hill.
We are here in Mungaza, which is one of the communities that Free the Children works in here in Kenya. I've always wanted to come to Kenya to build a school, and now that I'm here, it's a reality, and I'm gonna go get geared up and start building. Working on the build site is the best. There's so much positive energy. Everyone's there for the same reason, and even when anyone's hot or tired and wants to take a break, we take our water breaks, but we all want to be there working together, and we have the community members there supporting us, and it just brings so much motivation and makes you want to keep working so hard and get these walls up for these kids. this just brings so much more motivation for me to want to come back the next day and do it all over again and lift rocks and mix cement and push these heavy wheelbarrows and do everything that I can to help these kids. Of the girls that I've met here, I mean, they're so passionate to learn and they would do anything to be in school. And now to know that I'm a part of helping build this school that girls will be able to attend just means so much to me. It's looking good. When I arrived in Kenya, I really hoped to meet a Masai warrior. Proud and fearless, Masai warriors are young men tasked with protecting their tribe and its livestock from enemies and predators. But I did not expect to build a relationship with one like I did with Clinton. He's been so great to me, and he's just brought so much positive energy to all of the activities that we do, and he's so proud of his traditions and his culture and always willing to share and wants to educate me, and I'm always willing to learn, and it's been really fun. He's a part of Kenya that I will keep with me forever. Today, I was lucky enough to spend the day with him. We started out walking through the Mara, and Clinton started showing me all these different plants and trees that they use as natural herbs and natural medicines to help heal so many things, from the common cold to being able to grab a branch off of the tree and use it as a toothbrush.
There are several trees that we will use to obtain toothbrushes, so not only this one.
It's not really getting softer. Oh, there's my toothbrush. So every morning you get a new one and you do this?
Yes,
brush your teeth.
and then I brush my teeth. There you go.
So where are we heading now?
We are headed to an open field where we can train for our weapons, how to use our weapons.
I'm excited, but I'm a bit nervous.
Yeah, this is your first time to use the weapons, but at the end of it, I know you feel excited.
I'll be a Masai professional.
Professional in using the weapons.
That walk brought us right into this big open field, and Clinton was carrying all these weapons. So he started showing me how he uses each of the different weapons.
To be able to be allowed to use a spear, you have to be able to balance it. How do you do that? Let me show you. Straight arm, and then you lift it without bending your arm.
I was not strong enough to lift that up, so thankfully Clinton just showed me how to use it.
Put your arm straight, and then make 2 or 3 steps, then head dive.
Yeah! He showed me how to use rungu.
You can see all the warriors always carrying.
Yeah.
It's a protective gear, like, in case of anything, you are allowed to use.
And lastly, he showed me how to use the bow and arrow, which was probably my favorite. I've done things like archery before, but this was really cool. I mean, I was out in the Mara with a Masai warrior. Whoa. And the first time when I pulled back, it didn't go very far because apparently I was holding onto the string. I don't think this would kill or stop a big animal. I think you have to use the spear. No?
No.
Oh, really?
This one can take down an elephant.
And then when Clinton showed me how to do it, I finally pulled back and I let go, and I think I'm officially a Masai out here now. I'm a Masai warrior. It was so much fun because I think it's really important that you make that connection with someone in the community like Clinton and can experience these things with them that are fun for us, and it's an activity, but these are things that they do every day. And it's really important to understand his traditions and his culture, and we had a lot of fun out there. No trip to Kenya would be complete without going on a safari. So I got up at 5 a.m. this morning and rubbed my eyes and hopped in the Land Rover and headed out into the Masai Mara. Kenya is home to the Big Five: lion, rhino, leopard, Cape buffalo, and my personal fave, the African elephant. They're the Big Five not because of size, but because game hunters called them the 5 most difficult animals in Africa to hunt on foot. We drove about an hour out into the Mara, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We watched the sunrise, and we just started running into all of this different wildlife, which I had totally pictured. I had this idea of what what the safari would be like. We saw everything from wildebeests and giraffes and just things that I never imagined I would get to see in real life here. They're things that I see on TV, and I had to sit there for a while and take it all in because it was just mind-blowing. The views were incredible. We pulled up to the Mara River and took a little break, and there was a group of hippos, and they are massive.
There's a huge group of hippos literally right over this hill.
Right when I thought that it was coming to an end, Clinton tapped me on the shoulder and told me to look over, and I saw these 2 cheetahs, which I was not expecting. It's very rare to see them here. Clinton, from like 100 feet away, was able to see where they were, and we drove up and we got so close, it blew my mind. Later in the day, we started to see tons of ostriches and antelope, and everything was incredible, but I felt like a little disappointed because I wasn't sure if I was going to get to see an elephant. And then all of a sudden, we were just about to leave the conservancy, and my dreams came true. Oh my gosh, look! I saw elephants. There's a huge herd of elephants. Oh my God. Coming here, of course, I came to build a school and immerse myself with the community and the culture. But the safari just totally tops it all off. I kept thinking I had to be on set of The Lion King. We were lucky enough to enjoy a performance from the Slum Drummers. Today, I was lucky enough to meet another group of incredible mamas and experience how their Masai beading tradition has now become their livelihood. Midui Artisans employs more than 800 Masai mamas full-time, each empowered to provide for her family, send her children to school, and build a future for themselves and their community. What's your favorite thing to make?
A belt, because the best beader.
A belt?
Yeah, make a belt.
The best beater makes a belt? That's you. Mama Leia leads these amazing artisans and quickly put me to work under the acacia trees. It was just kind of like the shape of a leaf, and she started it out for me and told me I could choose my own beads. So right now we are making a keychain, or it could be used as an earring, you said, right? Yeah. So it's very tedious, hard work. Just making it look easy over here, but I'm having some difficulties. So as I was sitting there beading with Mama Leia, she started to tell me about how this beadwork and all the artisan products that they create totally brightens the livelihood of the entire community, and it provides another source of income for their family, which just means the world to them. What else do you make? Things like necklaces, bracelets, everything you're wearing.
Yeah, wedding necklace, the bracelets, warrior bracelets.
I was asking her if I wasn't here and she wasn't having to show me how to do everything, how long would it take her? She said, oh, about 20 minutes. Well, I can't believe you make this in 20 minutes because I'm struggling right now. 20 minutes. I've barely even done one line. It's coming along. Oh, I think that's my last one.
Yeah, maybe
I'll just beat it.
this.
I'm finished.
Yeah, done.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
Yay.
I can hire you to join the mamas.
Yeah. I'll have to learn how to speed up a little bit to keep up with you. While I was beading, it just made me realize how meaningful this work really is and how good they are at it and how much they love it, and it totally put it into perspective for me. So we're here and back at the build site. Everyone's working so hard and it's so nice to be back. I don't want to leave until this is done, but it's really nice to know that soon these classrooms will be full of kids, and I know that for sure I want to come back and do this again. It's really cool when you're working on the build site because you get to meet so many like-minded people who are all here for the same reason as you. We're all here working towards this common goal to build a school. So many of us have fundraised and worked so hard to be here, And anytime we're on the build site, the energy is so positive and everyone's just lifting each other up. We're all working towards the same goal and we just want to stay here until the classroom is full of kids and none of us want to go home. I've always imagined coming to Kenya to build a school and now I've done it. After a long day on the site, we were lucky enough to enjoy a performance by the Slum Drummers. This incredible group from all over Kenya uses recycled materials to spread joy and positivity through music and dance. We had so much fun with them. They were pulling us up on stage and everyone was on their feet, singing and dancing. It was a perfect way to end my adventure. Overall, my Midwi trip to Kenya has been an amazing, eye-opening, and inspiring journey. I've always wanted to come to Kenya to volunteer, build a school, and explore the country, but the traditions, culture, and ways of life here have been exceptionally fascinating. Learning about the Masai culture was amazing. Meeting Clinton and sharing stories with him was a highlight. Of course, the school building and volunteer aspect of the trip is a huge takeaway, but it's the people you meet and connections you make with the community members here that will teach you all about what's really important in life and sometimes leaves you reevaluating your own. Coming to Kenya is something I've had on my bucket list forever, and now I can cross it off because I've done it. And so who's to say that you can't do the same? Start fundraising, pack up, and just come here because Africa does change you. It's changed my life, and I know that I've changed the lives of others.